It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Broncos and the Dolphins. Coming up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, it's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. On the return, Tremont Smith. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
That's going to be caught by Judy. The numbers for him from a week ago, 6 catches, 66 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Wilson. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. On first down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. Throw left side complete to Troutman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. To throw again is Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Injuries overshadowed a great season from Tua last season. He led a Miami passing game that was one of the best in the league, and even more importantly, took them to the postseason for the first time in 6 years. That jump they were looking for from him, it absolutely occurred.
Tua now on first down. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Open man downfield is Hill. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap. especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
Wilkins, not known as a sack artist, only 8 combined in his last 2 seasons, but almost 100 tackles and a pair of forced fumbles for the Fins last season.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now Wilson on first down. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
They go play action now. Wilson. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Here's Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Wilson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Wilson will throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And Waddle going to have a Dolphins first down as he'll get this up to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Play action. Now it's Tua. It's Hill. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run for it with A-Chain. And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. The Dolphins at 2-0 here to begin the season. And off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
A-Chain on the counter. Shifts past him. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos 15. 31 yards there, a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powering them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. Now we're going to get a timeout as they deal with an injured player, and it's Tyreek Hill who is the man that's in some discomfort right now. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Now Tua on the bootleg here. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown Miami. Jalen Waddle, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 24. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Play action. It's Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And this is caught by Williams. Down to the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Javonte Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Miami's offense set and ready to go. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On second down, Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
That's good for Dolphins. First down.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, here's Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Again, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
It's a game of 7.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to... It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with the solid first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
And Mims moves the chains, and it's exciting to see all the ways the Broncos might use him as a rookie. He's a mismatch type of a player who can really hit you from anywhere if you don't keep somebody nearby and closely guarded.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw him out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play.
Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Miami set to take over. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Looking to pass. Tua. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down at 7. Here's Wilson to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Operating from the gun. Wilson forced out to his left. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Hand off to A-Chain to begin the drive. And down he'll go at the 25. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Play action. Now Wilson. K.J. Hamler. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Flushed out right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. But hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Greg Dulcich, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So Tua and the Dolphins down 24-21. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Tua. He's got Landry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now Tua. A short throw there. That's to Smythe, the tight end. Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big game.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
That's good from Miami Dolphins. 1st and 10.
Here's 1st down. Throwing Tua. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Tua's throw taken in by Landry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Looking middle, and that's complete. This is 1st and 10. Tagovailoa. That's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the... Oh, and it's intercepted! Picked up by Javon Holland. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So not only the interception, but now they've got it 1st and goal after the pick. And, I mean, heck, Charles, they can go ahead and trot out the kicking team here and win it.
They absolutely could, but what I would do is hand it off inside a couple of times and make sure my running back has both hands over the football, body covering it, and I kick it on 3rd down. That way, if something goes awry with the snap, we still have 4th down to try it again and win the ball game.
First throw of the OT session for Tua. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So it's a win for the Dolphins here, and it was a strong performance by Tua that helped lead the way.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those games where everything's clicking, and this was one of those days. He wound up with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. He was large and in charge all day long.